Hi, this Boost Your BIM video will look at how we can use the API to compute the slope of multiple faces of a floor or roof, create a schedule, and detect any cases where the slope may not be a value that meets your design requirements. In this window here in the floor plan, I've created Revit spot slopes, which do correctly report the slope of each face of this floor. However, I did have to manually create these for each face, and there's no way to schedule these to let us, look in more in a table view to find any values that are not correct. So we can use the API to solve this. We'll do this first by running a macro. The macro is prompting me to select a floor or roof. I'll pick this roof. And what we see now in the results here, two things just happened. One is I've created a text note at the origin of each face showing the slope, mainly for verification purposes. But more interestingly, if you look at this generic model schedule over here, we can see that I've placed an instance of a generic model family and set the value of its comments parameter to equal the slope. We're now able to schedule this and more systematically review these values for what could be dozens or hundreds of different faces. And as a validity check, we can see that the slopes here, both in the text notes and in the parameters, do match the values computed by Revit in its spot slope item. Just to take a look at the code now, we start off by prompting the user to pick a floor or roof. We use that to get the host object. The host object class is a parent class of both floor and roof, among others. We now will be able to use the host object utils get top faces method. This gets us the top faces of that selected floor or roof. This is for creating the text notes, which again was primarily for demonstration purposes. We'll now start a new transaction, then go through each of those references that we got up above for the top faces of the selected object. And then for each of those, we will use get geometry object from reference. This will allow us to get the face of that, or the planar face associated with that reference. We get the normal direction of that face, compute the angle between that normal and the upward z direction. Revit will give us this value in radians, so then we can convert it to degrees. The face has an origin location, which we will use for placing the family instance and the text note. I'm just going to convert that angle in degrees to a string and round it to show 3 decimal places. We then take that string value and use it two ways. One is in this make point routine to place the generic instance, and the other is to create the text note. Make point we can look at real quick. It's just a simple command that finds my diagnostic point family and places an instance of it at the specified point, sets the comments and the radius parameters, and if necessary will start and commit a transaction. That's not needed in this case because I created a single transaction for the entire set of points up above. Hope you found that interesting, and to learn more about the API and how it can help boost your BIM, please visit my website. Thank you.